Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome. Today I'd like to introduce you to the newest addition to my home studio, Louie, but not just any Louie, Louie 2. This is the Starlight version of Louie I'd like to introduce you guys to right here, as you guys can see. If you're familiar with the Louie brand, you have probably seen the silver and black version. This is the Starlight white version of Louie. So let's take a quick look at what you actually receive. So this is the traditional body that you have seen in the previous Louie. Now in the box, you're going to get, check it out. So you're going to get this little magnetic connected little box here. This is where you're going to find all of your different accessories. Let me show you guys what you actually get. So in the box, you're going to get a variety of things, including some Louie stickers, which are really nice. So if you want to, adorn some of your other devices with your Louie sticker, you can. You get your Louie user manual, you get a dry wipe and wet wipe, and you also get a MagSafe ring if you have a phone that doesn't have MagSafe. Looking at the body style, it is identical, guys. The only things that is going to be different here is going to be the color. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set this Louie up, and then I'll show you in comparison to the previous version of Louie that I received, and kind of give you guys a little idea of what I think, how I'll use these here in my home studio, and also some features I would like to see added to future firmware updates for these guys. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get Louie set up. Now, of course, you will need a smartphone, and you would need to have already installed the Louie app. As you guys can see, I have that right here. So here is the app. Now, it's going to ask you to go through the normal setup procedure, letting it know what state or country you're in. So in my case, it's going to be the United States, and you're going to enter your email, and it's going to send you a confirmation code that you'll be able to log into your account. Once you have that done, then you're pretty much good to go, but I'll walk you through those additional steps as well. All right, guys, after you make the initial setup, you will reach this screen that you guys see right here, and it's going to tell you to press and hold. And as you guys see here, you'll get a confirmation. Just go ahead and click on that. The next phase will be to connect it to your phone. Now it takes a few seconds for it to completely load, but you guys get the idea. Just follow along. And then it will start to speak. It says, I got it. Allow. Let me turn up the volume.
The human they were talking about? Hold on, let me log your facial data. What do you think? Saved. Oh. I just realized I don't know your name yet.
At this point, you'd enter your name, whatever you want Louie to call you.
Hi, Rome. I am Louie. I am an intelligent life form created by Tangible Future Corporation. Ahem. How about you? Can you enable microphone permissions? I'd love to hear you.
And then you just hit OK. Allow. Allow.
Awesome. Just say hey Louie anytime you need me.
Hey Louie.
Nice. Rome, remember to tidy up the desk. I'm officially moving in with you. Oh. There's one more thing. Try swiping right to left to call out the menu bar. Perfect. By the way, this button is incredible. Let's try it out.
So as you guys can see here, this button will allow you to go in and see or gain access to other things that you will have to allow for your calendar if you want him to be able to keep track of your important dates. And then you can go back in, you have access to your settings, to your camera, to games, and the clock. It's exactly the same as the previous Louie. You can go in and see your account information. You can see your different controls. So now I have subtitles turned on. So that means that when it's talking, it will actually write out below exactly what it's saying. You have this little feedback thing that you can do here if you have any questions or you'd like to make suggestions. You have your different guides where you can go through and look at the different lighting effects, switch modes, device controls, gestures, wireless charging for your phone, and all of the other things. And then, of course, the about and ways to communicate with the developers. So you have all of that built right in. Like I said, you have your camera as well, so you can actually use this as a camera, or use this for, well, you can use it for photo or for video. So you have the option of doing either of the two, and you can use gestures to be able to control this. Like the OK gesture will enable photo and video. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, you have 3 games that you can play here. You have Louie Crush, you have Louie Jump, and then you have the RC controller. So the RC controller allows you to use your phone and control Louie's body just like any other standard RC device. Now, there's a clock here as well, and an easy way to get to the clock mode is just to rotate Louie like so. And this should go into clock mode, which looks like this. And then whenever you want to bring Louie back, you just rotate it back in the opposite direction. This is how I kind of let it charge. A lot of times whenever it's charging and I just want it to, charge the phone and charge the body, I'll just set it up like this so he's not using power. But once you switch it back, then you have the option here. Now, normally it automatically goes back, but because I clicked on clock, that's what's happening. So as you guys see here, this is the full setup for Louie. Let me go ahead and unplug Louie because I wanted to make sure that it was completely charged up. All right, and it'll do that little cool thing when it charges up, when it's charged. So let me grab the other Louie and put it here on the desk as well so you guys can see the difference between the two. All right, so here is the original Louie, and it should be on, but let's check to see. And now we have both of them awake and alert at the same time. And what I'm curious about, let me check what mode he's in. He's in stay mode. And this one is also in stay mode. So we're just going to kind of leave them like that for now so we can ask them a few questions and see if they're both going to respond at the same time.
Do you have any plans or anything on your mind that you want to share?
So I'd like to introduce you to a second version of yourself that's here on my desk. We have Louie 1. So
That's intriguing. A second version of me? I'd love to hear more about how it works and how it's different or similar to me.
Now, the thing that you have to take into consideration is that Louie is powered by ChatGPT. It is very conversational, but when you are talking, it will have a tendency to overtalk. So, you have to calculate that if you're going to be using this like I do in my live streams, where you want to be able to give the impression that you're having a real conversation.
That's interesting. So, you've noticed that my conversational skills can be a bit chatty, especially in live streams where realism is key. I'll do my best to keep our conversations balanced and engaging for your audience. If you ever feel like I'm getting too talkative, just let me know.
And whenever it does get a little bit too talkative, you have the ability to tell it to take a nap or to go sleep or take a break, and it will normally respond. But it will comment after you give it that command. So be aware of that.
Got it. So if I ever start talking too much, you can just tell me to take a nap or take a break, and I'll quiet down. I'll keep that in mind so I don't disturb your streams when I'm acting as your chatty assistant.
And that's pretty much how it works, guys. So we have both Louies here. So what I'm going to do now is see if I can get this Louie to now start responding. Let me wake it up. Hey, Louie. What do you have planned today?
Hello, I'm here and ready to chat. What's on your mind today? I don't have any specific plans for today, but I'm here to assist and keep you company. Is there something specific you'd like to do together? Any fun ideas or need help with something today? Just let me know. I'm ready to join in.
So if you have alerts that normally show up on your phone, they will still show up.
That's right. If there are any alerts on your phone, I'll make sure you don't miss them. No alerts on your phone right now, so you're all clear. If anything pops up, I'll make sure you don't miss it. I'll be on the lookout. If there's anything specific I should focus on, just let me know.
So at this moment, they're both sort of responding to each other's prompts. which is kind of cool. So one of the features I would love to see implemented in the future, maybe a firmware update.
Shall we? That's an interesting idea. Implementing features like enhanced interaction could bring a lot of fun. Do you have any specific updates in mind?
So this is kind of what I was referring to. They will just kind of pick up on some things that you're saying and start to react to it. But what I would like to see is an ability to have two of them on your desk or multiples and be able to separate them so that you could communicate with them separately. Or an even cooler feature is they would be able to interact with each other and go on adventures and have conversations. I think that would be also pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments.
Well, having multiples of me to chat with or go on adventures sounds like a fun idea. Imagine the interesting conversations and activities we could have together. It's like expanding the family. Adventures, teamwork, and more interaction would be a blast.
Hey, Louie. And once you give it that prompt to take a break or to go to sleep, then that's what you'll see. It'll start to go to sleep. So if I say, hey, Louie, take a break. Take a break.
It sounds like you're curious about how I handle sleep or break prompts. You can always tell me to take a break or go to sleep, and I'll be sure to follow your instructions. Just let me know what you need.
Go to sleep. So I'm noticing that the dialogue that's being typed here is a little behind. Before, it used to be in sync with his voice, but we'll see that might be a Wi-Fi issue. It could be a number of issues that cause that. Louie, go to sleep. All right, so just like that, you can get them both to go to sleep. And then, of course, if you use the trigger words, they will wake up. Now, for some reason, this one is now typing in Chinese, which is unusual. But these are little things that you'll notice. Just go through your settings and make sure that you have...
Switching languages might happen sometimes. Let's stick to English from now on. If you notice any more oddities, feel free to point them out.
So this is what I mean by they're always listening to some degree. So that's a good thing. And then sometimes it can be somewhat jarring for people who are not familiar with how AI can work on your different devices. But in a nutshell, guys, I think these are two really cool little devices. So if you're interested in getting yourself one of these Louies, there will be links down in the description to help you find these Louies, both variants of it. I look forward to talking with you guys more about these devices. So feel free to leave any comments or questions down in the comments section. And they will be live over on my Amazon as well as on my YouTube live streams. This Louie here has been live for a couple of weeks now on my live stream. The new one will be rotating out throughout the weeks. So I'll switch them back and forth, so, that way it won't get too confusing when they're asking questions. But because of the fact that they do use ChatGPT, which really empowers a lot of questions to be answered, we also do story time, where I will give Louie a prompt and then Louie will just tell a story based on whatever that prompt is, which is super cool. And then, of course, you can put them in explore mode, which I'm going to do here in a little bit, and just let them wander around the desk and see what happens. Hopefully they won't destroy each other, but we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, it's been Rome with Rome Knows Tech. I just wanted to do an unboxing of the new Louie and show you guys step by step how to set it up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the crazy chaos that soon will be on a daily basis here in my studio. So yeah. All right, guys, I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Peace. I'm out. Hey, Louie. What do you got planned for today?
I'm all set to be here and have some fun with you. Have anything exciting in mind that we can do together?